Hi, welcome to Tea&Comics. I'm just going to do another pickup video today. Kind of what I got this week. It's a pretty DC heavy week with one Marvel book, which I'll show you. Just drinking some orange pico in the big mug today. Got a lot of work to get done, so need a big mug of tea. But first, let's look at what I grabbed. So, the first thing I got was The Demon, Hell is Earth. This is a miniseries. I think it's a 6-part miniseries. I really like this. I actually read this one already. It was fun. I don't know much about Etrigan, but one of my other pickups, I'll learn a lot more about him in that book. But this was fun. I enjoyed reading through this. Even if I didn't fully know who that character was, it didn't really matter. It was well written. It flowed really well. And the art was really great too. I liked it. So yeah, check out this series if you're into the demon character, Etrigan. Or if you just want to check out a fun comic. It's, not a huge commitment, just 6 issues. And it was only $2.99, which was nice. A lot of these mini-series always cost like the $4.99 or the $3.99. And this was only $2.99. So next we got Doomsday Clock. Had to kind of jump on the bandwagon. I've debated whether to get this. I'm a bit of a Watchmen snob. I took a comic book literature course when I was in college, and we went through the Watchmen, and it gave me a much deeper appreciation for that book than I ever got on my own reading it. Just all of the hidden meaning in both the actual story as well as the imagery itself. There's just so much packed into Watchmen that I'm maybe a Watchmen purist. I don't like when people play with that playground. Like Alan Moore made that. I'm not like some Alan Moore fanboy either. Not everything he does I'm in love with, but that book I love. And I debated whether to get this because I don't really think that the Watchmen universe and the DC universe need to mix, but I mean, it is what it is, and I kind of couldn't resist once I started flipping through it, and the 9-panel grid and seeing Rorschach. It's not really a spoiler since he comes out in the first couple pages, so. But even the paper, it's normally DC is a kind of a glossy paper, and this is more of a, not newsprint, but less glossy. It just feels like more like just a regular paper. Looks gorgeous though. Price tags of this is $4.99, and then in Canada obviously it's more than that. But I'm not sure. I liked it. I kind of liked it until we got to near the end where there's a bit more stuff about the more modern DC universe. Which is obvious because it's going to connect. They've been advertising it for months now, and obviously the Superman symbol here. It's not like I didn't know that those things were going to connect, but reading it almost was like, you know what, I could actually handle a follow-up story to Watchmen, but the fact that it's connecting with the actual DC heroes, I don't know how I feel about that, but anyway, this book, it was pretty good. I'll probably get the next one. I'm not sure, maybe I'll just wait for the trade, because it's a bit hefty on the wallet, but anyway, check it out if you're interested. It definitely has Watchmen feel, style, both the style and the story. Yeah. So I also grabbed Super Sons #1. It's like a second print, I think. This book's been out forever. I think they're on issue 12 maybe. This book's been coming out for a year maybe. But I've read some Superman stuff, and I really like John. And then John and Damian. This book was so much fun. Just looking for a fun book. The kids are it reminds you of being a kid, but it's like when you were a kid and you used to pretend, right? You would have a buddy and you'd both play you use your imaginations. Oh, I'm going to be Batman. I'll be Robin. I want to be Superman. That's what this book is. These kids just being 12-year-old kids. But they do have superpowers, or I guess Damian doesn't, but he is Robin. They actually are the heroes. So here's a snowball fight. The book was fun. I'll probably grab a couple more issues of this. But I think I'm like way behind, so I'll grab maybe the first couple issues. Maybe I'll grab a trade. I don't know. I tend not to buy trades so much for superhero stuff. I kind of just like reading that in single issue format, but we'll see since I'm so far behind. Yeah, and it looks really great too. There's Bruce telling Damien that he blew off his homework, and he's like, yeah, whatever, Dad. Super Sons, cool book. I enjoyed it. So then the other thing I got was the Demon Jack Kirby collection, which I did like a quick video on when I got it of just like showing off the book itself. So you want to check out the actual kind of, I just looked over the build of the book briefly, the front and back and the gutter and stuff like that. But I haven't read a lot of old Jack Kirby stuff. So I thought that this collection looked really nice, and I wanted to know more from like Jack Kirby work, and also I was curious about the Demon Etrigan character. So this is kind of two birds with one stone. I think this recently just came out like within October, and there's a lot of glare on that. Oh, well. It's kind of classic Kirby art. The nice thing about this is like it's not printed on overly glossy paper, so it kind of maintains what it would look like when it came out, but it's much more vibrant. I can imagine on the actual newsprint it would be a bit more muddled, and so it looks really vibrant on here. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to reading that. It is kind of damaged though. I was kind of pissed off about that. It's really hard to tell on here, but I'm just being picky. But it's actually like, if you could feel it, it is damaged. But whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm looking forward to reading through this when I have the time. It might be a while before I can actually sit down with this. And the last thing I got is actually not from me. Oh, that's like super glare. Is Captain America Loose Nuke. Still in its wrapping, because this isn't actually for me. This is for my friend's wife. We're going to Korea for Christmas, and she is a huge Captain America fan. Hasn't really read much of the stuff. She just kind of is a fan from the movies. But when she came to visit, she's Korean, and when she came to visit here, she saw my comic book collection, and she was just in love because they don't have a lot of American comics over there. And so she just read a bunch of anything with Cap in it she wanted to read, which I don't have a lot of Captain America stuff. So we got her, this is Loose Nuke. This is number 3. We got her 1 and 2 after she left. We sent him back with the first 2 volumes that I found at a used bookstore. And I couldn't find this one used, so I figured I would actually support Marvel and buy the book. So I did, and yeah, I haven't actually read this. I've heard like mixed things. Some people are into it. Others weren't huge fans of Remender's run, but anyway, she seemed to like the other one, so we got her this one too. So that's it for my pickups this week. I don't even know what's coming out next week. Maybe only like 1 or 2 comics. I don't even know if I'll bother doing a video. We'll see what I end up getting my hands on. Apparently there's like another $1 graphic novel sale going on at my comic shop. And apparently they've put out more books. So part of me's thinking I should go down there and see if there's anything new that I actually want. But we'll see. Okay, that's it for this one. I hope everyone's having a good Friday afternoon. And I hope everyone has a good weekend. All right. See you guys.